Good morning and welcome to Strength and Balance. My name is Hannah and I am a senior fitness instructor with Stonebridge Community Services. We have a 40-minute class today. We're going to do a full body strength routine using some weights. I have a set of dumbbells that I'll use. You can use whatever size of dumbbell feels good today. You can also use some weighted objects from around your house, like water bottles or soup cans. Or alternatively, you can do this class with no weight at all, no problem. We'll finish with a few different balance exercises to really kind of challenge us with our balance. We will do a couple of the strength exercises on the floor. If you don't like being up and down on the ground, if that's not a good option for you, I will give a seated option. So this will be accessible for everybody. We want to make sure that we have some kind of balance support around when we're doing the balance part of the class. So I always have a hand on the wall here. I could use the chair too, or the table right in front of me. Any kind of sturdy piece of furniture that's going to help support your weight when we're doing the balance part of the class. So that is all I have to say here. Let's come up to feet and we'll start with a warm-up and we'll get right into it. Good, so standing up nice and tall, we're going to march on the spot, lifting those feet right up, letting our arms move forwards and backwards, looking up and ahead. Good, let's take a nice deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Good, reach those hands up, lower down. Deep breath in and out. Good, let's pull our shoulders up towards our ears. Relax them back. Lift those shoulders and lower. Pull those shoulders up and down, and let's lift and lower. Good, let's roll our shoulders. Nice big circles. And let's roll those shoulders the other way. Good, let's take both hands. We're going to push away from our chest and pull back. Push and pull. Push those hands and pull, push and pull, push and pull. Good. Push those hands up to the ceiling and pull down. Push up, pull down, up and down. Push up, pull down, and again up and down. Good. Let's tap those toes forwards, marching those arms at the same time. Good, let's tap those toes out to the sides. Good, let's take one foot, tap your toe and your heel, toe and heel, toe and heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Let's switch to the other foot, toe and heel, toe and heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, and heel. Good. Let's bring those feet together. We're going to tap our heels. Let's tap our fingers to our thumb. Good. Let's tap our toes one at a time, and we'll circle our wrists. Good. Back the other way. Good. Let's tap toes and heels at the same time, and we're going to open and close our hands. Oh, that squeaky bit of the floor again. Good. Let's under those feet hip width apart, and we're going to circle our hips. Nice and slowly, nice big circles. Good, back in the other direction. Good, let's take a nice deep breath, big inhale and exhale. Good, we're gonna pick up our weights. We're going to do 3 lower body exercises and we'll repeat them. Yeah, we'll do 3 lower body exercises and we'll repeat those. And then we'll move on to upper body and we'll repeat those. And then we'll do our core exercises at the end. So let's grab a weight in each hand. We're going to lift up. So we have a weight at each shoulder here. And we're going to do a curtsy. So I'm going to take my right leg. I'm going to step behind me, diagonally behind, bend my knees to lower down, push up and stand with feet back to center. And then we'll switch to the other side. So nice and slowly, especially as you lower down, a little bit quicker maybe as you stand. We inhale as we lower, exhale as we stand up. Inhale and exhale, good. Keep that chest nice and tall. Moving slowly, especially on the lower. One more each side. Good, and let's relax those arms. Excellent. Our hand at our sides here, holding onto the weight. We're going to do some heel raises next. So a weight in each hand, arms at your sides, feet hip width apart. Let's push up onto tiptoes. Slowly lower down. Good. Good. Up onto tiptoes, breathing out. Slowly lower those heels as you come back down. Good. No rushing. Let's do a couple more. Last one. Good. We'll pop the weights down next. Good. Let's have a hand on the chair or the balance furniture that you're using. I'm going to stand on my right leg. I'm going to take my left foot. I'm going to reach my leg forwards, then to the side, and then behind me. Good. Round again. Forwards, to the side, and behind. Forwards, to the side, and behind. Nice and slowly. Forwards, to the side, and behind. Standing up nice and tall. Not too fast as you lower that foot all the way around again. Good, and let's switch to the other side. Forwards, to the side, and behind. Excellent. Good, nice and slowly. One more all the way around, forwards, to the side, and behind. Good. Relax those feet. I'm going to grab a drink and then we'll repeat those. So let's pick up our weights again. We're going to hold a weight in each hand at your shoulders here. Standing with those feet hip width apart. We're ready for that curtsy. So that foot comes diagonally behind. We bend our knees and lower to the floor. Inhale on the way down. Exhale as you stand up. Nice and tall through your chest here. Good, nice deep breaths. Chest is tall. We're going to do one more each side. Keep those weights up. Nice and strong. Good. Let's pause. Lower those weights down to your sides. Excellent. Good work. Holding those weights up at your shoulders is a real challenge. Let's keep those feet hip width apart and a weight in each hand. And push yourself up onto tiptoes. Slowly lower down. Chest is tall. Breathing out as I lift up. Breathing in as I relax those heels. Good. Good. Pausing a little bit up on the tiptoes here and then lowering those heels. Last one. Good. Pop the weights down. And let's have a hand on your balance furniture. I'm going to take my left leg, I'm going to reach it forwards to the side and behind. So we're really thinking about moving just from the hip. If you watch my upper body, it's not really moving. And that's what we want to focus on. Chest tall, upper body really still. Once more, all the way around. We're just lifting as high as we comfortably can. Good. Let's switch to the other side. So I'm going to take my right foot and look forwards to the side and behind. Good. Good. Nice deep breaths. And let's go all the way around again. Good, last one. Great, feet on the floor. Very good. Time for a drink. We're going to move on and work on our upper body. We want to pick up both weights. So both weights are coming up to shoulders again. And from here today, we're going to push up one and then the other up to the ceiling. We're breathing out as we push those hands up. And we're slowly lowering. Good. This is a challenge to take that weight up overhead. So if it feels hard, don't be discouraged. Sometimes things do feel hard. This doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. Good. Nice exhale as you push that hand up. A big inhale to relax as that weight comes down. Just one more each side. Good. Slowly lower those weights here. Great. A weight in each hand still. We won't put the weights down yet. We're going to do a bicep curl, but it's going to be a hammer curl, so a little bit different. My hands are facing the sides of my body, and I'm going to keep them in this position. Lift that dumbbell so my arm doesn't rotate. I'm holding that weight like it's a hammer, as the name suggests here. Okay, we're breathing out, and we're breathing in as we lower. Excellent. We're going to do 2 more on each side. The last one here. Good. Relax those arms. We can put one weight down. Going to do a chest press with my one weight. I'm going to hold the big ends of my, or the ends of my dumbbell. I'm going to hold that weight up so it's about chest height, and I'm going to push that weight out and in. Wow, rep number 1 is difficult because this is a heavy weight, but that's okay. I can lift this heavy weight and I can do it. I'm halfway through already. Breathing out as I push that weight away. Breathing in as I come back in. Here's the last one. Whew, and I did it. Weight down. I did it, but now I have to take off my sweater. And I'll do it again. Good. We're going to repeat all of those upper body exercises. All right. Let's pick those weights up. Up to shoulders. Here we go. We're going to do this overhead press, the shoulder press. Pushing up one weight and then the other. Breathing out as you push. Breathing in as that hand comes down. We're standing up tall. Deep breaths. Just 2 more each side. That's one. Now one more. Good. Lower those arms. Excellent. All right. Standing with those feet, hip width apart, standing up tall. We're going to do that hammer curl. So my arms are at my sides. I'm going to pick up one hand and then the other. Breathing out. Excuse me. Breathing out as you lift. Breathing in as you lower down. Good. Nice deep breaths. Chest is tall. Good. Relax those arms. Let's pop one weight down. Good. I'm going to pick up my weight at the ends. We're going to do that chest press. All right. I'm ready. Only 8. It's not a lot. Let's hold that weight at your chest. Push straight out in front of you. And back. Big breath out as you push away. Inhale as you come in. Halfway through. There's 2 more. Let's do 2 more. We can do it. Excellent. We did 10, so it's 2 more than the last time. Even though that was probably the most difficult exercise, although we might all find different exercises different for different reasons. Can you tell this Monday morning I'm really trying to work on my brain, my mindset, and positive thinking, and that's helping me to do more physical things. So thank you for following along in my mindset journey. Believing in yourself is a big one. All right, we have finished lower body, upper body, time for core. We will be on the floor or we can be seated. I will show you the seated option to begin with. So you'll want your chair. You're going to sit towards the front of your chair. Hinge back a little bit so you're at a bit of an angle. It might be difficult to see. I'm just going to turn myself this way. So I'm at the front of my chair and I'm leaning back. Doesn't have to be a lot. This is probably too far. I can feel this at the base of my lower back. So here, sitting up tall, I'm just off of center. So probably not even 45 degrees. I'm just back a little bit. Out one leg, I'm going to pull my knee in towards my chest. I'm going to stretch that leg and place it down. Stretch the other leg, pull in, stretch, place it down. So each leg we alternate. Stretch, pull the knee in, foot down. Stretch, knee down. I'm holding myself in this slightly leaning back position. If that feels too tricky on low back, and it might, you maybe have some low back issues, maybe it's very fatiguing for those muscles, you can keep yourself upright and you can do this with a tall back. I would, this way, leaning back if you can. So pulling that knee in, place that foot down, stretch, pull, foot down. Second one, you're sitting in the center of the chair. We're going to do a pelvic tilt. So you push your tailbone out behind you, tuck that tailbone in, push that tailbone out, and tuck. Breathing out as you push out, breathing in as you tuck that tailbone underneath you. Okay, so the first one we're going to call the leg stretch, and the second one is the pelvic tilt. So let's come down to the floor if you want to follow me down here. I'm going to step one foot forward. I'm going to hinge forward at the hip, lift my back heel, bend that back knee, and down, hands on either side of that foot, knees down, sit on your side. Bring those feet out in front of you. And let's get down to the ground. I just need to actually move my mat a little bit because I think you're not going to be able to see my feet properly. Okay, this is maybe a better angle. All right, down on the floor. So if you're seated, you're doing that leg stretch. You stretch that leg out, you pull your knee in. If you're on the floor, we're doing the floor version of that. So I have one knee bent. I'm stretching that leg out, pull that knee in. Stretch and pull. Good, and then switch. Stretch one leg out, pull in towards your chest. Stretch and pull. Good. Alternating one side and then the other. If you're on the floor, make sure that you really have that lower back touching the floor. So that might mean that you need to kind of tilt your hips a little bit. Lower back pressing in to the floor. Good. Good, once more. Excellent. We're going to stay on the ground. I think my head is too far away from the camera where you can't get me. So I'm just adjusting. Stay on the ground and we're going to do a bridge lift. If you're seated, you're going to do that pelvic tilt now. On the ground, we're going to push down with our feet, lift your hips, and then slowly lower towards the floor. So breathing out as you lift up, breathing in as you lower. The last one here. Good. Excellent. All right, we'll repeat those. If you're seated, let's do that leg stretch and bring that knee in towards your chest, one at a time. On the ground here, we're going to do the same thing. So stretch that leg out, pull in, and relax. Stretch, pull, and relax. Stretch, pull in, relax, stretch, pull. Good, one at a time. Good, nice and slowly. Once more. Good. Next exercise, pelvic tilt if you're still seated and a bridge lift if you're on the floor. Here we go. Lift those hips. Slowly lower down. Breathing out as you lift up. Breathing in as you lower. Good. Nice. Exhale as you lift up. Inhale as you lower down. Last one. Good. All right, time to get up. Let's move our feet to one side. Roll those knees over, roll yourself onto your side. We're going to do this slowly because we were down for a bit. Let's push up. Slowly. Onto all fours. You can bring one foot forward. Please stand and let's come up to feet. All right. Excellent. Now we're up. Let's move on and work on our balance. So we're going to make sure that we are close to balance support all of the time here. We're going to start with our feet really close to each other. Nice and relaxed. I'm going to roll my feet forwards and backwards. My knees are soft. I'm standing up tall. Feet are on the floor all of the time, but I'm just rolling my weight from my front foot to my back of the back of my foot. Good. Let's go to the side to side. Roll those feet from one side to the other. Great, we can keep those feet still and let's take a nice deep breath. Big inhale. Bring those arms out to the side. We can aeroplane. One arm up, one arm down. This can be a big movement like this, or it can be a smaller movement, depending on how easy you find this narrow foot position. Good, let's relax those arms. Great. We will now stand on one leg. I'm going to stand on my right leg and I'm going to lift the left. And I want you to lift that foot in front of you. My right foot's nice and relaxed and my knee is soft. I'm holding on to the wall, my balance support, and my left foot is in front of me. For this foot, this left foot, doesn't have to be high up. I'm going to write my name in the air. I'm trying to keep my balance through that right foot. If you finish your first name, you can write your second name too. Good. I'm going to do that first name one more time. Great, and then you can place that foot on the floor. Good. Let's switch sides. You can stand on that left foot. Nice and soft through that left knee. Left foot's relaxed. Right foot is in front of us. Again, I'm holding onto the wall here. I'm also watching the progress of a bigger than I like spider. It's coming across my ceiling. And hopefully he's just going to continue on his way. If you see me looking up, I don't like spiders. It might affect my balance. All right, let's take one foot and we're going to write our name. It's the right foot this time. I'm usually pretty good on my left foot, so I might be able to let go of the support this time. Mr. Spider is putting me off. Let's try that first foot again. That first name, sorry. Good. And feet on the floor. Excellent. All right, I'm going to stand with my feet hip width apart. And we're going to do, we've done this one before, it is a hip hinge and it comes with a balance component, of course. My left foot's going to be the weight-bearing foot to begin with. I'm going to hinge forward at the hip and lift my right foot up off the floor. And then I'm going to come back to stand. It's very slow, and that's what we're aiming for. Knee is soft on that left foot. We hinge forward, we lift the right, slowly come up. Added bonus here, we're working on hamstring muscles, so the back of your calf and your glute muscles too. We're going to hinge forward. Inhale as you come forward. Think about bringing that chest to the floor. Of course, you can hold on to support as you do. That knee that's on, that foot that's on the floor, that knee on that side has a nice bend. Let's switch to the other side. So now I'm standing on my right foot. I'm going to hinge forwards. Lift that left foot behind me. Whoops. This side is a little bit more tricky for me. So really thinking about keeping that right foot relaxed. Good, once more. Whoa. Excellent, good. Let's move on. We're going to stand with our feet really close to each other. We're going to play the clock game. So I'm standing in the center of a clock. I'm going to tap my feet to all the numbers around me, and then we'll call out some numbers and we'll put our feet in the right spots. So let's start. I'm going to tap forward to 12, and then to 1, and then 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and then 6. Switch feet now for 7, and 8, then 9, and 10, and 11, and forwards to 12. Good, we're going to I'll call out some numbers and we'll all put our feet in the correct spots. All right, let's start with 3, and then 9, and now 6, and then 1, and 5, then 4, and 8, 2, and 7, 10, and 3, 12, and 6, and 6 with the other foot, and 9, and 1, and 7, and 3, and 10, and 2, and 1, and 8, and 4, and 10, and 2. Good, we can pause there. Excellent. All right, we'll move around a little bit more now. Let's work on our tightrope. I'm going to take heel and toe, steps forwards and backwards. I'm trying to just look ahead of me and not down at my feet. I can cheat a little bit here as the instructor because I can see myself in my camera, so I can watch what my feet are doing here. Definitely more challenging to not look at your feet. Let's try and keep that chest nice and tall. Remember, we don't have to go a certain speed. We can take our time. And we're going to try and make it a little bit more tricky. As you move forwards and backwards, let's turn and look to the left. We're still moving in that straight line, but we're looking to the left. Definitely a little more challenging here. Let's try and look to the right. Maybe looking this way is easier, or maybe this is the more difficult direction. Good, this is great. Let's look back to center. It's going to feel a lot easier now. And let's make our way. Oh. Back to center. That's my new dryer. It makes the most horrendous noise when it's finished. And I don't know if you saw me jump, but I was not expecting that. All right, let's do some stretching. Let's take an arm across our body. Let's hold through that shoulder, through that upper arm. Feel that nice stretch here, and we'll take some deep breaths. Excellent work today. We had some challenging movements. Some of those upper body exercises were really, really challenging. Pushing those weights up overhead, pushing that weight out in front of you, and the curtsy with the weights on shoulders is hard work, and so you should be proud of the work you did today. Let's switch to the other side here. Good, relax that arm. We're going to take one hand up to the ceiling. Let's bend at the other hand behind your back, and we'll just hold here. Good, let's relax, switch to the other side. Good, relax those arms. Excellent. Let's have a seat. I'm going to sit in front of my chair, stretch one leg out, and let's hinge forward. Heel on the floor, toe to the ceiling. Feel that nice big stretch in the back of your leg here. Good, let's sit up. Switch to the other side, heel on the floor, toe to the ceiling, and let's hinge forwards. Good, let's sit up and sit right back in our chair. We're going to bring our chin down towards our chest. Good. Let's look up, ear to your shoulder now. And to the other side. Good. Let's look up. Bring your chin to your shoulder. And the other way. Good. Back to center. Let's come up to feet. We're going to reach behind us. Reach for the back of the room. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, wrap those arms around you, giving yourself a nice tight squeeze and a pat on the back. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for coming. In my class today, it was a pleasure. I will see you on Wednesday.
Thank you. Thank you, Hannah.
You're so welcome.